In today's session, we have Silvia in the house. Can I get a whoop, whoop, whoop? Can I get a hell yes? Welcome to the 100K club. Well done. Congratulations. You enter into a very small percentage of the coaching world that can actually do that. So I'm really, really genuinely excited. It's been awesome watching you grow. And so look, just remind us, what was the biggest problem that you had that stimulated you to want to work with us?
Definitely the huge confusion, like where do I start from? I don't have a huge social media following, but the one I got were amazing and they are amazing. So like a lovely community, but then it's like, how do I make an impact and monetize at the same time? I understood that in my niche, the only way for me to fight against the scammers is actually to coach myself and really help women especially, but everyone to succeed with e-commerce. So the main challenge was like ClickFunnels, Facebook ads. Where do I start? How do I attract the lovely people I want to help? So and of course there's always the huge mindset, right? Everything in business is mindset. How do the Silvia of the 100K cannot be the Silvia of the 10K, cannot be the Silvia of the 2K. You always have to get on the next level. And of course, you need someone for that. That's what I think.
Yeah, for sure. We know that because we're both those sorts of people, as in we understand the concept of leveraging other people's experience to speed up the process rather than trying to do it all your own. What was like the core emotional kind of like key to going like, I just don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to try and figure it out on my own. What was the emotional driver? Was it like looking at, and sometimes this is hard to remember, like looking at your time? Was it looking at how much work you were doing? Was it looking at the results that weren't where you wanted to be? Or do you remember specifically what it was?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me as a mom, not a single mom, Ed, but like as a mom.
I just put you in the bracket. Single mom. No, I remember that.
Like, being a mom of a toddler, like running and wanting to scale at the same time, multiple ventures, you need to, you don't have time, you don't have energy, and business already requires you a lot of time and a lot of energy per se. So every single time I went in my life from one income ceiling to another one, to the following one, to the following one, I always search for coaching and that help to speed up the process and don't make expensive mistakes, which is exactly what my clients do. It's the same thing. You can either get frustrated, try to figure it all out, or you can invest in yourself, get lifetime skills and just get it done in 1 year time. And if I did it, which is the same principle, if I did it as a mom of a toddler running other businesses, you can definitely do it, and probably faster than me. So that's it.
I agree. What were you concerned about joining? Was there anything like you're worried about?
Yeah, of course. Like when before you decide that is it the right fit for me? Is it the right coaching? Is it the right service? But at the same time, it is an investment. Every time you invest in yourself, it's an investment. And then again, as a mom living in London, is very expensive, and we want to, buy a house. It's literally either the deposit for the house or you invest in yourself. But then for me, it was a big, like, shall I do this? But then as you scale, the money just multiplies. So yeah, I could have got a house, but now I can get two. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing for me. Just invest in yourself.
I get that. Do you're someone that is skilled. Why do you think you'd have been able to achieve it on your own?
No, absolutely no. Not even a fraction of it. No.
How did you know that though? Because I think that's what stops a lot of people, because they assume they can do it on their own. Like I'm not someone, like I tried to do it on my own, made some painful mistakes. Then when I hit those mistakes and I realized how much the mistake cost me, then that allows me to be humble. And I think without those experiences, sometimes it's hard because people do have this approach of like, let's just do it ourselves.
I guess my thing has been always I've been humble, even too humble, even putting into the plate, like, am I good enough? But then it's like, oh yes, I mean, I've done it with a kid, like, absolutely, I am good enough. So you need to get to the point where you are humble, but then still you're like, I can, I'm worth of this and I can do it. And because I came from a business background of running the other business, then I made expensive mistakes in the other business. So I knew,
so you're aware.
I didn't have the time and the money to, to keep trial and error. It doesn't work. It just slows you down. That's it.
It'd be interesting. I don't think people will ever get the help unless they have tried it on their own and then realized how much harder it is. I'm just like, it's that thing, can you change before the pain? And realistically, unless there's a pain of trying to do it on your own, then there's no reason to get the help. And it's a shame, because I think most people, because there's so much content online, will try to figure it out on their own. And unfortunately, that pain isn't realized till a lot further on, because they have to, like, and I think the key is to avoid having to like spend 5 years trying to figure this out. Our most successful clients always fit into the same category of they've either tried to do something before, experienced that it's actually harder to do it on your own, and then speed up the process. No different to my piano lessons. Like, if I was trying to figure it out, trying to learn the piano or do it like a cheap app, I would never be where I'm at now, versus a proper structure, proper coaching, proper like hitting the grades, doing the practice, doing the work.
Which is a pity, but it's the same in my niche as well. Like, my ideal clients are the ones that, for the high tickets program and services, are the ones who have tried it, paid for the wasting time, getting frustrated, and then now they are like, you know what, like, I know there is an opportunity, let's get it done.
What would you say to someone that was on the edge of joining us and, they were potentially nervous about the investment? What would you say to them?
That being nervous and being excited come from the same place.
Yeah. Like that. Can't do something out of your comfort zone unless you do something out of your comfort zone.
And I mean, if you didn't have case studies, if you didn't have testimonials, then, of course, someone might think, oh, but I didn't look at your testimonials when I joined. I hear you speaking on Clubhouse, and I was like, yep, that really resonates, and that's it. And I think the ideal clients are the ones that, just find that connection and be like, yep, I think that really resonates, makes sense. That's what I'm looking for. And let's go for it, because, with testimonials, someone might think, oh, that's, I'm your cousin. Like,
for sure.
I
think testimonials today actually have the least amount of impact, because I don't think anyone trying to build a business, I'm not saying that they're not good, I'm not saying that, it's a byproduct and it helps you get better and collect them, but at the same time, you don't need them, because today more than ever, with paid traffic, you can put your stuff out into people that, that either just want to work with you or they don't. Like, it's, if you need someone to go through 1,700 case studies to believe that they can do it, they're the worst client, because they need to be believed. They need that much convincing. So I'm going to create some content around actually why you don't need any. We use less and less testimonials. We've got thousands, we don't use them. Yeah, because our ideal client, like yourself, doesn't need to be 100 times convinced. And if you like, if you can attract to people that already know that they want to do it, and then they're just willing to just get on with it, they're going to be great. Anyway, Silvia, thank you so much. I really appreciate being part of your wonderful journey. Well done, because it's by no means a small feat, and let's get you sorted so we can keep on consistently doing that. And it doesn't happen without wonderful clients like yourself. So give yourself a hand. Welcome to the 100K Club. And yeah, let's go.